We're going to get started here this morning. I am Byron Potter. I'm the pastor at First Baptist Church here in Spearman, and I'm up here on stage with our mayor, Toby Shields. I want to welcome you all to the 2018 Hansford Heritage Days. We're going to start off by thanking a few of our sponsors as everybody starts kind of making their way around the corner, and I'm going to turn that over to Toby and let him thank some of our sponsors.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to start out with thanking the chamber staff. This is a huge event, so if you see the staff in a blue shirt, this couldn't happen without them, but also this couldn't happen without some of our underwriters. And I'd like to thank First National Bank, Golden Spread Sales Company, Green Country Equipment, McCloy Law, LLC, Quanta Panhandle, and Willis Boyd Service as some of our underwriters.
All right, making their way down the street, leading this whole thing off, is the Boy Scouts this morning.
And this is also National Armed Forces Day. As we see the red, white, and blue fly today, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our veterans and all our military people that are serving that makes this possible for us to have these events and celebrate and live in the freedom of this great country.
Absolutely. Well, and that's right behind our Boy Scouts is Jerry Mitz, and he is bringing the military memorial with him in honor of Armed Forces Day and all those who serve. I'm confused. Behind Jerry Mitz is the elect Keisha O'Quinn, and then followed behind her is Robert Elliott representing the Armed Force Veterans, the HCSO. And then we have our Spearman Volunteer Fire Department, followed by the Spearman PD. Yeah. Guess I'll go ahead and get the hospital in.
If you want to wait till they turn.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, you guys are looking at the Spearman Volunteer Fire Department, the Spearman PD, and then now the Hansford County Hospital District EMS coming down the street right this moment. Maybe they got a good list here. Ooh, is that list? Yeah. So I don't have to use my phone. All right.
We might still be on this board.
Woo, thanks, guys. Thank y'all. a little out of order.
What?
Seems a little out of order. That World War II half track is cool. It drove past us earlier, and I mean, my kid thought that was the coolest thing she'd ever seen. Ellie's not. It's a little loud right now. Yeah. Yeah. I thought they were going to cut us off. Here we go. All right. We got some really cool vehicles coming up behind our EMS guys. We have Ken McClellan representing Wilson McClellan, driving a World War II half track. And then behind him we have Burgess Farms driving a military 6x6. And then Shield Knight Land and Cattle in a 1948 Willie Z. Some really, really cool vehicles here.
Yeah, Cynthia Kopp. Is that what's for them? All right, and behind there we have the museum, the 2018 Museum Queen, Cynthia Kopp. And we have Miss Hansford Winters 2018 riding the North Star Ag Cotton Stripper.
Thanks. A few more sponsors.
Some of our other sponsors we'd like to thank is Amos Roofings, Brown Ground Company, Farm Supply and Service, First State Bank, H&H Waterwell Service, Hansford County Feeders, North Star Ag, and Nurse and Nickel. Like I said, this event would not be possible without these sponsors and underwriters.
All right, right up behind our Miss Hansford Winters are going to be your Spearman High School cheer football teams, and then Spearman High School and junior high band bringing up behind them. That's cool.
A big old machine.
That is a huge machine. Oh my gracious. That's what Kayla said she was worried about, making it to get on the power lines and everything in town. Yeah, Gruber High School, junior high cheer. So I guess it's just their high school cheer and high school team.
And behind the Spearman High School and junior high band, we have the Gruber High School junior high cheerleaders. And we also, bringing up behind that, we have First National Bank.
Looking good, football team. Looking real good. I like them unis. Sharp. Awesome. Absolutely. All right, behind the Groover High School and junior high cheerleaders, we have First National Bank float. And behind First National Bank, we have Panhandle Pest Control, followed by the Southwestern Pioneer Windmill Association.
And that organization is part of the J.B. Buchanan Windmill Association, and they're always needed volunteers. You see windmills throughout the town. They're sponsored by those businesses, and if you're willing to help, they'll be more than glad for you to come and visit.
Absolutely.
Also, I'd like to remind everybody that Boy Scouts will be having a lunch down on the courthouse lawn after this, starting at 12 p.m. on the courthouse lawn, and also the Hansford County Quilt and Photography Exhibit, along with the museum open house, will be held from 1 to 3, so please check that out also.
Okay, behind our Windmill Association, it's that time of year where we play a little bit of baseball, and so we have the Spearman Little League Raiders coming up behind the Windmill Association right now. And then behind them is probably one of my favorite new spots here in Spearman, which is the Main Market located here on Main Street. Swing by, man, you can get all kinds of good stuff to eat. My favorite are the caramel filled churros. I eat one at least once a week. Helps me keep my figure. Behind the Main Market is another one of our Little League baseball teams. We have Bonilla Transport Team following behind the Main Market. PTCI and Tupperware, huh? What's Tupperware? Oh, okay.
And behind that, we have PTCI here with their van. And I also like to thank Sean over here. He's recording the parade this year for us to replay back on PTCI channel number 2. And we appreciate that, Sean.
Absolutely. Those guys do a good job. They play me every week, so everybody's got to see me here on the screen. Okay. Behind PTCI, we have Tupperware. Huh? Okay. Okay, Tupperware disappeared, so we got Davia Trucking driving a 2001 Peterbilt truck.
And seeing that truck reminds me that another part of this Heritage Days is the Hansford County Rodeo, which will take place this afternoon at 5 p.m. and also Sunday at 2 p.m. with mutton busting starting an hour before. So over in Groover. So take your time and check that out also.
All right, behind them is O'Laughlin Center. Like I said, I like to eat those churros once a week. And so I got to go to the O'Laughlin Center to work those churros off. And so it's a great place. We're blessed to have it. And behind the O'Laughlin Center is another one of my favorite places, Diego's Tacos. Oh, and then here they come. Behind Diego's is Bartlett's Lumbers and Smokey Binion Jr. And if you'll notice there on the Bartlett's Trucking, we have Victor wearing that hot dog suit, and doesn't he wear it so well? Great job, buddy. Looking good. Looking good. You got a great boss for getting you in that hot dog suit. I'd give him a hug for that. Absolutely.
And we have, behind that, we have Mutt Hut Rescue. We appreciate what y'all do, finding homes for our lost and rescue animals. And also we have Water Tree, located here on Main Street. And we also have Murmur's Cafe. Go out there and check you out a good home-style hamburger.
Absolutely. It's good eating right there. Did we get the Rodeo Association? That's right.
And behind Murmur's Cafe, we have XIT Rodeo Association, along with the XIT Rodeo Queen horse.
And the XIT Rodeo Forge right there. So a lot of memories for me, Toby, doing XIT. I grew up in Dalhart, and it's a good spot, good place to live. Rodeo tonight. That's right.
We have a Hansford County Rodeo tonight at 5 p.m. in Groover, Texas. So check that out.
Yeah, they did a little bit. Yeah, they did a little bit. We'll rattle some more off while we wait on XIT.
Sure. Some more of our sponsors tonight is Budweiser, ConocoPhillips, Davila Trucking, Glazier, Hansford County Vet Hospital, Hansford Pharmacy, HBO, Hungry Cowboy, the Main Street Market, North Panhandle Seating Company, Prairie Gardens, Reed's Beverage, Reporter Statesman, Snyder Welding, the Sports Zone, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
Here we go right here.
And we have the XIT Queen riding the horse today.
All right.
And also we have the Museum Quilt and Photo Show Museum. And it's open now. Take your after the parade, go down there, visit. It'll be open house from 1 to 3 p.m.
All right.
Some of our other sponsors we'd like to thank is 216 Main, KXDJ, Ag Producers Co-op, Bows and Arrows, Brick Street Grill, Charlie's RV and Family Laundry, Terry and Patty Butt, James and Kiki Conley, Donahue Ditchin, Equity Exchange, the Event Center, First Bank Southwest, 5 Star Equipment, the Hansford Agency, High Plains Auto Supply, Jack Oldham Oil Company, Kirk Agency, Lowe's Market, Lyric Cinema, North Plains Electric Co-op, Patton Customer Fertilizer, Pearson Farms, Perrotine Office Supply and Windows Fashions, Bill and Ginger Pittman, Rick and Cheryl Sanders, Speartex Grain Company, Triangle Realtor, and Craig Cooper.
Okay, coming up behind the Quilt and Photo Show Museum, we have a 1931 Model A driven by Gary Ellsworth, representing the Lyric Cinema and Knowlton Construction. Gage Gumphrey in a 1988 Bronco. Now, that's a pretty cool ride right there. Followed by Connor Holton in a 1972 Camaro. We got Pratt Service behind them in a 1948 Clement. And then we have an Auto 1773 Volkswagen Thing coming behind them. Awesome. We have a Chavez in a 1989 Mustang GT. We have a 1977 Chevy truck. David Hernandez, you got any clue on that one?
Yeah. And followed by that, we have David Hernandez. And we have Frank Salgado in a 1972 GMC. R&R RV Park, Gibson's 1971 Chevy. Remember of Ron Gibson.
Behind the 71 Chevy in remembrance of Ron Gibson, we have Farmers Ag in a 47 Chevy.
And the motorcycles followed up behind them is representing the Christian Motorcycle Association, known as CMA. I'd also like to thank El Alacron, Suzanne Bell Snyder, Bort Insurance Agency, Family Farm Store, Farmers Ag, Frost Mowing Service, Groover Farm Supply, Groover State Bank, Hansford Abstract Company, Hansford County Rodeo Association, Jack Carlin Trucking, Jarvis Law Office, Livingston Ag Incorporated, Mark Sheets Heavy Duty Parts, Medic Fountain and Gifts, Bob and Jackie Pearson, PTCI, R&S Quick Stop, Renter's Farm, Spearman Community Fund, T&H Custom Ag, Trendcore Enterprise, Elvacara, and XL Energy.
All right, we have Gannon Crum coming down right now in a 1948 McCormick, and McCormick tractor, and behind him is Carnes Savage in a 1937 John Deere tractor.
And we have Andy Robledo riding Bronco Bruno, the horse.
Okay, I got you.
And behind Bruno the horse, you got a line of vehicles here. The Mopar Shakers are following them up. Behind our Mopar Shakers, we have Furman Dominguez in a 2015 Mustang GT. And behind our Mustang GT is another one of my favorite places here in Spearman, the Country Flea Market. You can go down there. I found a lot of treasures in my time here in Spearman at the Country Flea Market. Behind the Country Flea Market is Irwin Auto, and they are driving a 2018 GMC Black Widow.
And we have Golden Spread Sales Company. And behind that, we have Straight Flush Septic.
All right. And I believe we got the Golden Spread T-ball team up there, undefeated. Last I checked, I mean, they don't keep score, but we're pretty sure we're undefeated. We're pretty positive. Is that Golden Spreads too? I forgot Jay told me I had to work that in, that the T-ball team was undefeated.
We have Golden Spreads Transport here. Followed up with Straight Flush Septic. And behind that we have Green Country Farm Equipment.
A lot of green coming down the road right now.
Once again, I'd like to thank some of our major underwriters: First National Bank, Golden Spread Sales Company, Green Country Equipment, McCloy Law LLC, Quanta Panhandle, and Willis Boyd Dirt Service. We appreciate you guys.
There's some back there, 5 stars back there. And behind Green Country Farm Equipment, we have 5-star equipment. So we got our green machines followed by our red machines here on Main. I guess I just say ATV, 4-wheelers, and dirt bikes.
And behind our 5-star red machines, we have Farber Livestock Transportation.
All right, and behind Farber Livestock, we have a whole bunch of ATVs, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes rounding out this year's parade.
Once again, I'd like to put a shout out for our chamber board and our volunteers. Without this event, the hours and the manpower that it takes to put this event on, without them, this wouldn't be possible. And all our donors and sponsors and underwriters, I'd like to thank them. Also, like I said, I'd like to put out that the Boy Scouts will have their lunch served on the courthouse lawn on the east end here at noon. Also, we'll have the Hansford County Museum open house from 1 to 3. We'll also have check out the rodeo this afternoon at 5 o'clock, and then come back in time for your streets dance at 6 o'clock tonight. Well, Byron, I appreciate you taking the time today. And
Absolutely.
I want everybody to check out all your vendors out here today for this 2018 Heritage Days. We appreciate it. Enjoy it. Like I said, check out the rodeo this afternoon at 5 o'clock over at the Groover. Also, the Boy Scouts down on Main Street, courthouse lawn, and also the museum having their quilt and photography contest, along with the open house from 1 to 3. Once again, I'd like to thank Sean from PTCI for coming out here. Y'all enjoy.
I'm here with Justin Parker, who is the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Spearman. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
This event we're a part of here just finished up the downtown parade as a part of Heritage Days. Of course, this is almost a month-long event. You guys have been putting this on for quite a while, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been here in Spearman about 15 years, and it's been going on well before I got here. Be lying if I told you exactly how long, but it's been a long, long celebration. And every year we come out, rain, shine, and we're here, and we do it up big.
You certainly do. Of course, big concerts tonight. Several different artists coming in. I mean, I can't think of their names right off the bat. You may know who they are.
We've got Cody West opening up at 6 o'clock right here on the main stage, right here on Main Street. Then at 8 o'clock we'll have Rick Trevino, which I know most of you are a fan of country music. In the 90s, you knew Rick Trevino. And then finishing it off, we've got Casey Donahue Band. We had Wade Bowen scheduled, and he had to back out about a week ago, and we were able to scramble and get Casey Donahue to come, and there's been a lot of buzz about him since we made that change, so we're excited for it. It's going to be a good day.
Well, it sounds like it'll be a great series of concerts tonight, and I'm sure the town will come up in big droves. And
yeah, we're expecting lots of folks. This street will be packed from almost 3 blocks. Main Street will be hopping. It's a free concert, so come on out, have a beverage, enjoy some music, dance in the street, whatever you want to do. We got vendors, food, clothes, just about anything you want to do, we've got it here. So,
well, as we talked about, you're president of the Chamber of Commerce. What made you decide? How long have you been involved in that, and what made you decide to join in and be a part of that?
Well, I've been a member of the Chamber of Commerce for about right at a year, and I was asked by another couple of the board members. I was around last year for the golf tournament, and they were kind of short-handed, so I just jumped in and helped out because I was playing in the tournament, and I know these people, and I've been in Spearman, and I love the town, and I grew up in a household that was funded by public servants, so I've got a big spot in my heart for taking care of my community, and when they asked me to join the chamber, I didn't hesitate a second. I jumped in, and then I don't know, 4 or 5 months later, they decided to vote me as the president of the board, and
here we are.
Here we are, and it's been a wild ride and pretty quick, but it's been a good one, and look forward to keeping this momentum going we've built with this concert and this event. I mean, we've had, like you said, we've had about a month of stuff going on, and it's been hectic. So.
Well, and they probably took advantage of your inexperience. You thought, wow, they're going to make me the president, and they were like, man, he'll take care of all the responsibilities now, right?
Yeah, well, I knew several of the past presidents, and they said, I don't know if you want it, but then I was told, well, you're taking it either way. So it's fine. Like I said, I don't mind it. I enjoy it. The chaos is kind of fun. It's very rewarding once you see it's all done. Like the madhouse that was the setup for the parade. Yeah. But once we got them online and rolling, everything was good, and you were happy with the product. So.
Well, and that's one of the things you discover is that when you help out and you put your focus on other people, it's a lot easier to be happy. It doesn't mean you're not worn out at the end of the day, but if you're happy and worn out, that's a good thing, right?
That's right. If you're happy and worn out and everybody else is happy, you're proud of what you put out, then you can go home and sleep at night, hopefully.
Well, we sure appreciate you joining us here today, Justin, and you guys doing a great job with Heritage Days.
You bet. Thank you very much.
And we're here with the mayor of Spearman, Texas, Toby Shields. Toby, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Justin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great too. Great event. We got it in the background, people just walking up down here eating all this delicious food. Plenty of vendors of all kinds beyond that as well. Tell me how all this happens.
Yes, it's a wonderful day. This Heritage Day is sponsored by our Chamber of Commerce. They put this on, and it's a volunteer group on that's a board that represents, and they go along and do all the planning and all that stuff. This is something that takes almost a year in works, from this to the concert and everything.
So when you're done today, tomorrow, you'll probably take Sunday off, and then Monday you start on next year, pretty much.
They'll probably take a week off after this event, but yes, down and start getting the headliners and all that stuff for our music and all that stuff lined up for next year.
Well, for all the vendors that are up and down the street, do they have to be from Spearman, or some of these people from other places as well?
Oh no, of course we have a lot of our local vendors here today, but we have a lot of outside vendors come in, so it's opened up to the whole area.
Okay. Well, when it comes to volunteers helping out with this, do you have any kind of rough estimate of how many people have their hands on making Hansford County Heritage Days happen?
That I do not. That is countless. I know there is dozens and dozens and dozens of people, from your boards to the behind-the-scenes people to your rodeo groups, your city personnel, and everything like that.
We're being joined by the town mascot here.
It's Louie the
Lynx.
Yes. Hi, Louie. How are you?
But I guess you need your mascot to be a little bit of a showboat and jump in, right?
Absolutely. You know, what would it be without Louie?
Out there at all the high school football and basketball games, I'm sure, trying to get the crowd motivated.
Absolutely. Go, Louie. Louie's number one. Good job, Louie.
Thanks for joining us, Louie. Well, we're going back to kind of the street vendors. Have you got them down? I mean, how many different foods are we talking about here? I've seen corn. I've seen all kinds of fruit. I've seen tortillas. I was trying to get them to trade when I was throwing candy in the parade, trying to trade for a taco, but it didn't work. So.
We have all sorts of, Justin, out here today. I said, we have food vendors, like you said, from tacos to burritos to hamburgers to barbecue to you name it. I think there's close to 3 dozen different vendors this year, and it's one of the highest ones that I've heard that we've had turnout so far. And it could be the incredible weather we're having.
That is true. Yeah, hopefully some clouds will stick around. People will stick around in the afternoon and stick around for the concerts later tonight as well, right?
Yes, sir. We have a great lineup this evening for 3 good names coming tonight, starting at 6, 8, and 10. And then we have a rodeo this afternoon starting at 5 over at Gruber.
Well, Mr. Shields, we sure appreciate you joining us. Thank you for being here on Channel 2, and we're glad to be a part of Heritage Days.
We appreciate what y'all do for our community, Justin. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
We are here at 216 Main Gifts and Sweets with Amy.
Yes.
You are the proprietor of this business,
I am.
so
yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on here.
Okay, we sell gifts and we have home decor. We also do wedding registries. We also have cupcakes, cookies, and that's pretty much it. So.
Well, how long have you been doing this business here at this location?
3 years exactly
3
today.
years.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
What made you decide to open up a store like this here?
It was just always something I thought about doing. I always made cupcakes and all sorts of stuff, and it sounded fun.
Well, I did see them back there. They absolutely look delicious. It
Thank
looks like
you.
you've got a pretty wide array of different decorations, from things that are obviously Western
Yes.
to more the traditional, and everything kind of that what is kind of in style right now. It seems like a lot of the weathered
The
items and things like that.
Farmhouse style is pretty much the light gray, the whites, cotton, definitely cotton. So that's what's in.
Well, how do you decide on what you put in here? Is it more just things
question.
you like, or is it things that people suggest to you, or how does that come about?
Both. It's hard for me to sell something I don't like. So I have to make sure I like it, and if it fits me, then I guess I put it in here. But I definitely listen to my customers too.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
So it looks like you kind of got a little bit of something for everybody here.
Yes.
And is this is this your helper here?
Yes, it is. This is Emma. She's my daughter. She's 4. You want to say hi?
Mm-hmm.
Say hi right here.
Hi.
So she hasn't hardly known life without coming to the store, I
She's
guess.
always
has
been
she?
up here, always. So.
Well, we sure appreciate you being a part of
thank
this.
you.
I hope your store continues to do well and continues to grow. And
Thank
you for
you.
joining us on Channel 2.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're here with one of the bull riders. What is your name and how old are you?
I'm 10 and my name's Hallie.
Howley. You look like you stayed on that bull for quite a while there. You did a good job.
Thank
What
you.
was the key to your ride?
I don't know really, just keeping my hand up and like not letting go of that knot that's on it.
Does Dad ride the big bulls?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so. You think he could have done as good as you did?
No.
No, not as good. So do you think there's a future for you in bull riding?
Maybe.
Maybe so? All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Good job. Just talking to some people out here at Heritage Days. They're enjoying the crowd. What's your name? Are you from here in Spearman as well?
Yes, my name is Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Yes, sir.
All right, we've got a bunch. Look like they did a face painting going on there.
Yes,
Enjoying-
these two are my daughters.
These two, okay. So they've enjoyed some of the activities. What is this an annual event for you to come out to this? The family always comes out to this?
Yes,
or-
every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Okay. Well, what are some of your favorite things about Heritage Days?
I just like sense of community, just everybody kind of getting to hang out together and doing fun things together. So family oriented.
Some of those people that you plan on getting together with and time doesn't allow it, and then it allows you to out
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Will you guys stick around for the concerts tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm actually part of the chamber board. So.
Oh, cool. So,
So yeah, definitely will.
You've been very busy then, haven't you? Yeah. Well, we sure appreciate you joining us for a minute and continue to enjoy Heritage Days. Thanks.
I will. Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Will Jarvis, who is the head scoutmaster here in Spearman. How you doing, Will?
Doing good today.
Well, we've got a couple of your scouts with you here. Is this a fundraiser that you guys do every year for? Is it for the Boy Scouts or is it beyond that?
Yes, sir. It's for our local troop 551, and we do a barbecue and serve sandwiches every year. And usually the community really supports us well, and we always have a good turnout.
How many people would you say that you guys typically feed every year? You got any kind of a guesstimate?
I haven't got a count for this year, but usually it's 250 to 300.
And they all come at once too, don't they?
Pretty fast.
They came here right after the parade was over, and they've already cleared out for the most part, haven't they?
Yes, sir. A few stragglers, but for the most part, we're done.
Well, being able to do this fundraiser for your Boy Scouts, what kind of activities is that? Or what kind of things does that allow you guys to turn around and be able to do with that money?
Well, this is probably our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we split it among the boys, and it helps them go to camp and participate in summer camp and winter camp, and it helps support the local activities that we do here also.
Right. Well, when they go to, they're part of the Golden Spread, so that means where do they head for their camps?
We go to MK Brown some, and then we go to the camp there south of Amarillo. This year they've chosen a camp, I believe it's in Colorado. Is that right, guys? They're going to go to a summer camp in Colorado. And last year we went to a summer camp in eastern Oklahoma, which was an experience because it's pretty hot and pretty humid. But we made it for a week.
You made it. It was okay for a week, but no longer than that, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, what are some of the ways that the Boy Scouts take part in their local community here in Spearman? What are some of the things they do to help out?
They have done cleanup days. We do cleanup out at Lake Paladura. They just recently went and helped bingo at the Manor, and food drive. We helped with the food drive and just local service projects like that.
And how many boys do you have total within your group?
I've lost count. We brought some new ones in. These guys just came in. They just bridged up, so they're scouts. I think we're in the neighborhood of around 15 or 16 total now.
Well, that's a good number. Tell us your name and how old you are and what rank you are in Boy Scouts.
I am Brandon Detmer. I'm 15 and I am, what do you mean by rank? I can't. Oh yeah. I am star. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gavin and I am life class.
I'm Joe T. Gifford. I'm 13 years old and I'm a second class.
Second class. All right.
I'm Joseph Detmer. I'm 10 and I am a Boy Scout.
I'm Kevin Lopez and I am 11 years old and I am Arrow of Light.
I'm Bretson Hughes. I'm 11 years old and I'm an Arrow of Light.
My name is Levi Mays and I am 11 years old and I am an Arrow of Light.
You're a part of the Boy Scouts. What does it mean to you to be a part of the Boy Scouts?
Being respectful and helping others and helping them have a good day.
All right. So that's it with our Boy Scouts here in Spearman. Continue to support them as they continue to support this community and also grow into great young men. All right, we're here with some of the gentlemen that have, they're not old, they're experienced when it comes to Heritage Days. Tell us who you are and how long you've been around these parts.
I'm Perry Dixon. I was born here in Spearman, Texas. Raised at the little town of Morse that is in the southwest corner of Hansford County, and then moved back to Spearman. Been back in here and living here for 45 years now, and I'm just 3 or 4 years older than that. You know, you can tell that.
Well,
and,
you've probably been a part of Heritage Days for a long time. Do you remember when it kind of got going and how it's changed over the years?
There's a couple of these guys over here that could probably tell you a little bit more when it started.
I know
Brett?
when it started, but there's been a celebration here ever since. I don't know when it started, but there's been a celebration here of some sort the first part of June or the last part of May, as long as I can remember.
And a lot of the same activities that they're doing now, or what did it start out at back then?
Well, at that time, there was a barbecue and there was a rodeo, and they had a parade, and they had a big time.
Well, people probably came not only from here, but all around at that point too, right?
At least Hansford and Hutchinson County.
Well, and a little bit of Ochiltree, I'm quite sure, show up, and they've improved upon it from all the things that was going on at that point in time. We had the biggest parade here today that I had seen. I've seen smaller parades than this in a big town, much less Spearman, Texas, Hansford County. And I told these guys a while ago, that I'd been around here since Methuselah's mother was a pup. So anyhow, we're enjoying it, and had the Boy Scouts food and all of that, and
that's a big part of the tradition here now, isn't it? Come eat and support the Boy Scouts.
You bet. They've got all kinds of food up and down Main Street. They've got it blocked off. There will be a big 3-band parade concert tonight down there. So they've got it all blocked up.
So get everybody good and tired, and they'll be ready to go to sleep tonight, but with a smile on their face.
Absolutely. It'll all work.
Y'all are missing an opportunity. This man here is a descendant of Irwin Hester. And Hester was one of our early northern Hutchinson County pioneers. And so you got to get him to talk.
All right. You've been pressured into this now. What's your name, and what is he talking about there?
My name's Gerald Scribner, and I was raised here, and my granddad and grandmother Hester, and my great grandmother and granddad Hester lived here, and that's.
So the family's been around. Family's been around the Spearman area for a long time.
Yes, been here a long time.
Well, we thank all of you gentlemen for joining us here today, and I think there may be a little bit of activity later on after that, but got a couple of the old timers to join us and tell us a little bit about the history of Heritage Days.
He didn't introduce himself. That's Brett Jarvis over there that was talking. One of our local lawyers that he also farms and ranches just a little bit too, here and there. And so he didn't get introduced a while ago, but I will do so for him.